In a dense forest near the foothills of the mighty mountains, there lived a powerful tiger named Sharu. Sharu was known throughout the jungle for his strength and speed. Animals trembled when they heard his roar echo through the trees. He believed that power was everything. In this jungle, he often growled proudly, "The strongest rules." Not far from the riverbank lived a large black buffalo named Bola. Bola was not as fast as the deer, nor as clever as the fox. He did not roar like the lion or leap like the leopard. He spent most of his time grazing peacefully near the cool waters, chewing slowly and watching the world with calm, patient eyes. The other animals often whispered about him. "He's too slow. He's too quiet. He won't survive if Sharu decides to hunt him." But Bola never worried. He believed that panic clouds the mind and that fear steals wisdom. One hot afternoon, as the sun burned high in the sky, Sharu was hungry. He had not caught any prey for 2 days. Angry and frustrated, he walked toward the river, hoping to find an easy target. That was when he saw Bola standing alone, knee-deep in water, calmly swishing his tail. Sharu licked his lips. A perfect meal, he thought. He stepped out of the bushes dramatically and roared. Birds flew up from the trees. Monkeys shrieked and scrambled away. Even the wind seemed to pause. But Bola did not run. He slowly turned his head toward the tiger and continued chewing. Sharu was surprised. No one had ever reacted like this before. "Are you not afraid of me?" Sharu growled. Bola blinked slowly. "Should I be?" Sharu snarled. "I am the strongest hunter in this forest. I can end your life in seconds." Bola nodded. "That may be true. You are strong." Sharu was confused. Usually, animals would run, beg, or freeze in terror. But this buffalo was calm, almost too calm. "Then why don't you run?" Sharu demanded. Bola took another bite of grass before replying. "Because running in fear will not change the outcome. If I run, you will chase me. If I panic, I will lose my strength. But if I remain calm, I might find a way." Sharu laughed loudly. "Find a way? Against me?" Bola looked toward the river. The water flowed deep and fast near the center. "You are strong on land," Bola said quietly. "But are you as strong in water?" Sharu frowned. He hated swimming. His heavy body and thick fur made it difficult. Before Sharu could respond, Bola stepped deeper into the river. The water now reached his chest. He stood firm. "Come and take me," Bola said calmly. Sharu hesitated. He paced near the riverbank. His hunger pushed him forward, but his fear of deep water held him back. "Come out and fight me like a warrior," Sharu shouted. Bola smiled slightly. A true warrior chooses his battlefield wisely. Sharu growled in frustration. He circled around, looking for another angle. But everywhere along the bank, the water was deep. Meanwhile, other animals watched from a distance. They had expected Bola to be finished within minutes. But instead, the tiger seemed uncertain. Sharu made one last attempt. He stepped into the water, but as soon as it reached his belly, he felt uncomfortable. The river current tugged at his legs. His reflection trembled on the surface. Bola stood steady. His strong legs were used to standing in muddy water for hours. The river was his home. Sharu realized something important. Strength alone was not enough. In this situation, anger and hunger were clouding his mind. Bola, though not as fast or fierce, had remained calm and used his environment wisely. With a final frustrated roar, Sharu stepped back onto dry land. "This is not over," he warned before disappearing into the forest. Bola calmly walked back toward the shallow bank and resumed grazing as if nothing had happened. The monkeys chattered excitedly. The buffalo defeated the tiger. The calm buffalo outsmarted the fierce hunter. But Bola simply said, "I did not defeat him. I only controlled my fear." From that day on, the animals began to see Bola differently. They realized that courage does not always roar. Sometimes, it stands silently in deep water, thinking clearly. Sharu also learned a lesson. He understood that rage makes mistakes. Overconfidence blinds judgment. And sometimes, the strongest enemy is not the one with sharper claws, but the one with a calmer mind. As seasons changed, the story of Bola spread across the forest. Parents told their young ones, "When trouble comes, do not panic. Remember the buffalo and the tiger. Because in life, there will always be challenges stronger than us. There will be moments when fear tries to take control. But if we keep our minds steady, we can think clearly, act wisely, and choose the right ground to stand on.